We're recording. It's podcast time again. Are you excited?
Hello, Internet.
All right. That's a different energy. Just a second ago, you were screaming with excitement. Now you're coming in here. Hello, Internet.
Well, we were applying for Skankfest, and YouTube deleted all of my videos from the last 4 months because I said a thing about a guy with a name that starts with an A, and so now I have to upload that video before I can finish the submission, and it's going to be done uploading in 28 minutes, and I really just want I want to do that.
Yay!
Which is exciting. We're doing things that are headed towards
things. Dude, I have a cool thing tomorrow. I'm hosting for Are You Garbage? They're doing a pop-up show at Creek.
What is that?
One of the biggest podcasts out there. People we wish we were. The podcast we wish we were. It's very good. You should listen to them. You don't really listen to podcasts, huh?
No.
Do you listen to anything other than music?
Yeah, I've been listening to
Andrew Tate.
Close.
Oh, God.
Andrew Bustamante.
I don't know. Tell me about Bustamante.
He's a CIA guy that tells you how to psychologically operate on people. It's very interesting stuff. Because usually there's a lot of people on YouTube talking about how you should do stuff to be healthy and wholesome and be one with the world or whatever. And this guy's just like telling you how the CIA taught him to extract information out of spies. So
he's like, fuck it, here's the cheat codes?
Yeah, I mean, he's probably a psyop, but what he says clearly it works.
Okay. Do one to me.
I've been doing it for weeks now.
No.
How do you think I got you back on this podcast?
That I chose that.
Exactly. See, folks? Make them believe that they chose.
I hate this. I hate this so much. I want to end the podcast now to prove it's all my own will.
Oh, well, that was also part of my plan.
God damn it. I heard a guy die yesterday.
That's cool.
It wasn't. So my grandma fell and broke her back, which at face value sounds very bad, and she's 97, so I was like, oh no. And
did she actually break bones in the spine?
She has a compression fracture on her L1.
Ugh.
Which is pretty bad. She was stretching. Thankfully, she's very active and like fit and in shape and stuff, especially for 97. And
she's 97?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So she was stretching and she fell and hurt her back. And fortunately, I was up in Dallas for roast battle, so I went to go visit her in the hospital on Valentine's Day, and I went and brought her some cookies. I was like, it'll be very sweet. I'll ask my grandma to be my Valentine. It'll be a nice, wholesome moment. So I go to the hospital, and my aunt's there, and she's on the phone dealing with insurance stuff, which is just such a nightmare. And then I, see my grandma, and she lights up and is excited to see me. And we have like a nice moment. It's very sweet for about a minute. And then next door, you just hear a guy going, loud as hell. And he kept doing it. And like at first it was pretty funny because there's just a dude going, while we're having like a nice moment. And then I tried to relieve the tension. I was like, man, how hard did he fall?
Actually super hard.
Yeah, it turns out he fell all the way to hell. He passed away. But yeah, so I peeked my head out to watch what was happening. The room was like full of doctors and nurses and stuff. And then as I was leaving, I heard someone say time of death, like 12 something. And I was like, oh, fuck. We just listened to a man die.
You'd think it would be more peaceful than that.
Yeah, you'd think in a hospital they'd be able to fill you full of drugs so that when you died, you wouldn't go out going, ugh! Like,
maybe they got him a hooker and that was his last orgasm.
Whoa, I didn't see past the curtain. That's very possible. That's probably what happened. I want to live in a world where that is what happened. That guy was banging a hooker. Nice.
That should be how people die.
That is what they should do for euthanasia. In those suicide pods, it should have like an access port so you can get sucked off as you're going off into deadland.
Although that would suck to be like a Make-A-Wish kid because you can't have a hooker pedophile.
Wrong. Wrong.
I don't think anyone's willing to do that.
No, this is Trump's America. We can do anything now.
Sorry, little Timmy, you're going to have to die a virgin.
No, just have another kid fuck it. Because kids can bang kids.
Well, whoever's orchestrating that is going to prison.
Another kid. It's like a student body.
I'm the CEO of...
Dude, if Epstein had just been in high school, it all would have been fine. Well,
yeah.
I guess. I don't know how old the kids were. But I think it's like 2 years is the law. But I'm just saying, like, if you made it like a student body position where it's like, all right, so student president, he picks, we got to find, like, I'm sure there could be a way. Man, this is a terrible thing to just.
Yeah, we started too early on this.
Yeah, this is the first 10 minutes. We're not supposed to swear, and I'm already talking about kid fuckery. Shit. Well, this
Not just fucking, kid fucking. The worst kind of fucking.
Yeah, literally the worst. Which is so weird because when you're a kid and you're fucking, you're like, this is the best.
Hey, a bird in the hand.
I hate you so much. Stop using phrases. You don't get to just use them how you like them.
You can lead a horse to apple water, but under the bridge, the water's from the apple tree.
I hope you never take a peaceful shit again.
I never have.
Yeah.
Dude,
so it's already working.
So I talk to ChatGPT about everything. I have
it's becoming a problem.
I have a different tab for like business, comedy, music, a therapist tab occasionally, a health tab. It's like my doctor, everything. So I tell it everything.
But also, you have started talking to other human beings like ChatGPT. Like you're like, Mike, times for podcasts available. I was like, what?
Don't try to convince me that you're a real person, okay? But anyways, I asked it to name my comedy tour that I'm working on.
Yeah.
And it gave me it was like punches and punchlines and because martial arts and it had a few things. I'm like, okay, it's been listening to me. And then it's like the IBS Chronicles. The dangers of diarrhea. And I'm like, dude, that was like, I told you that in confidence. Yeah. And you're breaking HIPAA violations. Just throwing that in my face.
Yeah, that's awesome. Don't swish it.
Yeah, I was talking to Jason Rouse, but he's like, IBS Chronicles, I like that one. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. I was just telling you that.
No, IBS Chronicles is pretty good.
IB stand-up.
Yeah. Irritating bad stand-up. IBS. You should call it World War III. Electric Boogaloo or something. America Strikes Back.
I need to think of something.
Civil War II. We're black.
I got...
it's from our OG channel.
I got offered to do 5 shows in Italy.
Ooh, Mamma Mia.
In 5 cities.
Whoa.
3 of them are Florence, Milan, and Rome.
Awesome.
So that's sick.
Yeah, it is.
And then this club in Budapest, Hungary wants me to headline.
Terrific.
And I've been using ChatGPT as like my
agent.
Assistant.
Okay.
So they just find everyone's emails and stuff and I'm just reaching out to them.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I need to have enough things locked in to where it all fills up and makes sense to just hop around.
I've heard people say that the way they keep from killing themselves is that they constantly order Amazon packages so that they have a package to look forward to, and as long as there's something coming, they won't do it. And I feel that way about stand-up dates. Like, as long as I have something booked out in the future, like, I can't because I got to show up to that show.
That makes so much sense because I so often have nothing booked out in the future.
And then you're like, I want to die. And then you get something booked out and you're like, I'll live.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we need to get you some stuff booked for 2026 so that we can make sure the podcast, finishes.
Well, the podcast is going to have to take a hiatus in August.
Why?
Because I'm going to Scotland and Europe.
For a month?
I'm going to go longer.
Oh.
I'm going to try to stay away as long as I can.
Oh, that's good for the podcast. Great.
Well, it's good for my career and my dreams in life.
It's okay. I'll replace you with somebody and we'll have a Giggleboys guest.
It's not Giggleboys then.
No, it's Giggleboys with a guest host.
It's not.
It's like Two Bears, One Cave when they do it.
It's not.
When those guys are busy, they have a separate comedian come in and then they do special Two Bears, One Cave.
You have to replace me with Pablo.
I can't. He doesn't speak anymore. He won't speak on camera. It's so rude. Every time we're talking, I'm like, dude, just for the camera.
The only one of us with the N-word pass?
Yeah, I know. Seriously, Pablo. He does bark it a lot. He sings part of DMX songs.
Dude, he filled my entire house with mud. There's these dogs next door, and they just yap for like 3 hours.
Uh-huh.
And he just chases back and forth, and then he gets mud all in his paws, and then he just runs in here. He's like, I'm gonna get on the couch now, and there's just clumps of mud everywhere, and it took me like hours of cleaning this morning.
Think about how awesome that is from his perspective. Like, he literally goes outside and is just sprinting back and forth, just like, hey, what, hey, what, for an hour, and just getting covered in mud, and then he's like, all right, I'm gonna go inside, and then he's like, oh, the softest thing ever, yeah.
Yeah, he's got the best life.
Yeah, it freaking rules. Pablo's life's awesome.
Oh, man.
I want to be a dog so bad.
Dude, you should come out to Europe.
What? I have so many things to do.
Yeah.
What are you going to do if you get on Skankfest? You're going to just be gone the whole time in Europe and then come back for that?
Skankfest is in November.
No, it's September.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Then yes.
Okay.
Fuck. God damn it.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good problem to have. Oh no, I have too much comedy to do.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's also, like, it's good definitely to go and build, like, a career over there, but, like, what is that? Are you going to go and live in Europe and be a European comedian?
For sure. Fuck yeah.
That's dumb. All right.
I'm not getting shit out here. Why would I stay here?
I guess.
I'll go where I can do comedy.
All right.
I always said I don't want to travel anymore because I want to stay here and do comedy. And then I realized I could just travel and do comedy. So if I can do that, I will definitely do that.
So you're going to go, like, live in Thailand and just, like, run an expat club?
Whatever has the option for me to do the most.
From Giggleboys to Ladyboys, the Eli Halpern story. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, if that makes you happy, then that makes you happy. I feel like...
I mean, the goal is to do comedy.
Yeah.
I'm going to go where I can do comedy.
I guess, yeah, if the goal is just to do comedy, then, yeah, go where you do comedy. My goal is to be, like, the best comedian, and I can't do that in Europe. I need to
I don't really care about being the best. I just care about not sucking.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's... yeah. I don't know. This is dumb to talk about. So, what do you... I don't know how to change subjects from nerdy. I just have noticed that people don't like when we get into the weeds on comedy talk.
What if you put knives on a Roomba?
Yeah, that'd be a fun, like, party game. If you just had everybody over here just
and
drinking.
Everyone was blindfolded.
Yes, everyone's blindfolded, everyone's drunk, and there's a Roomba with safety razors.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you put, like, a bigger battery in it so it goes faster.
And there's 2 of them.
Yes. How do you win? Kill the Roomba? Or do you just have to sit there and hope it doesn't hit you? Do you try and use other people as shield?
Everyone just goes around stomping really hard. You have to stomp the Roomba.
Well, that's not going to take very long. No one would even get hurt.
Yeah.
What if we, instead of a safety razor, what if we put tasers on the Roombas? And,
that would be more fun and actually realistic.
And the only way that you could to stop it is you could just push with one finger and you had to look for the off button. So everybody's just walking around like one of those pecking desk toys.
That would still engage a stomping aspect.
Yeah, but it wouldn't destroy the Roomba. And I think people getting tased is funny and they can recover from it. Whereas if you get just like your Achilles with a Roomba with a safety razor, you're like, oh, fuck, is this Saw?
Have you seen those indoor ring camera drones?
No. I hate this already.
Yeah, so if you're like out of town, you can just leave it sitting there and then you can be like, activate, and you can just look around your house.
Ugh.
That with a taser.
Yeah. Drones with a taser.
But there has to be loud music so you can't tell that it's coming.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty loud.
I like that game that the Japanese people are playing where they're all... there's one person that's blindfolded that has a Nerf gun or whatever, and then everybody else just has to be silent and is on an obstacle course, and so they're all just trying to move silently and not get shot by the person with the gun. Have you seen this?
No.
It's very fun to watch.
Sounds lovely.
Well, and they like prank with each other, and like someone will fart or someone will like grab someone else's balls.
Oh, you mean Squid Games?
Yeah, but cool. Squid Games is dumb because no one dies. In the TV show, people die, and I like that. In the real
Wait,
they've made a bunch of them. It's so stupid.
Oh man,
I hate Earth. I hate Earth right now so much. I don't want to live on this planet anymore. I'm so tired of people. I'm so tired of reality television. I'm so tired of Mr. Beast games. I hate that Mr. Beast is a person. I hate that exists. That there's a guy just like making millions and millions of dollars for making these dumbass competition videos, and that so many people are so fucking stupid that that's all they want to watch.
I've never seen a single Mr. Beast video.
I've seen clips on stuff, and it makes me mad every time. It's all rage baity stuff, and it's working. You're rage baiting me, I guess. I don't even know if it's technically rage bait. I think it's just fucking clickbait. I think it's just shitty reality TV 2.0.
Yeah.
I like the what the internet's becoming. I really don't like. I don't like what people are putting out for the most part. There's so few things that come out that I'm like, this is amazing. That's why I try and share so much stuff on my Instagram where it's like, this is a thing that's awesome. This is a genuinely good thing.
See, the flip side of that is it's like motivating because you're like, everyone sucks so much. All I have to do is not suck that bad, and it's better.
Yeah, it's just very interesting to me to watch like clips of stuff that like genuinely bad stand-up that's like cringe bad stand-up. People will share that and that will get 25 likes or whatever, and it's just, like I get that that's not real engagement and that you don't want that. It's just like seeing that level of interaction with stuff as opposed to putting out like a good clip of something and it getting 5,000 views. It's just like, what do you people do? What do you want? I'm there in person. I'm watching them laugh. Everywhere I go, people laugh at the stuff, and then you put it on the internet, and suddenly they're not laughing. Fuck you. Stop lying to me. I don't know why I'm angry today. I think I'm angry today because traffic.
Yeah, traffic sucks. That's why I'm pro deportation.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know about immigration is the more people we deport, the less traffic there's going to be.
Amen. All right, get them all
Simple
out.
as that.
How are we picking who we deport?
Well, if they came here illegally.
Oh, we're still doing that thing?
Yeah. Oh, you wanted a creative answer.
Yeah. I just like...
Okay. Mexicans.
Clip it. No.
It's fun to joke about hating Mexicans because I have absolutely no racist feelings towards Mexicans whatsoever.
Yeah. No. Mexicans rule.
Which is why I don't joke about black people.
LOL. But I think that like if we could deport bad people, that'd be good. I just don't trust any of the people in charge of deporting to get the right ones. I don't want to deport the fucking kitchen worker guys. I don't want to deport the guys that came here illegally and then are just working their ass off 80 hours a week to send money home.
Well, too bad, snowflake.
Yeah. I like them. I like what they're doing. I like the shit that they're contributing to us.
Yeah,
and the world and their community.
I was telling Gary how we snuck into ACL dressed like construction workers on Street Gonzo.
Amazing.
How I'm like, well, maybe we should let the Mexicans in if they sneak in dressed like construction workers.
They're dressing like them as soon as they get here.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Deporting construction workers does sound really bad on paper.
Yeah, deporting all of the people unless we figure out a way to get ChatGPT to build stuff and clean stuff.
Oh, that's coming soon. That's coming real soon.
I don't think Elon's robots are going to get there that quick.
We already have the technology. They just have to implement it. All you have to do is combine a 3D printer with ChatGPT and boom.
Yeah, but it's not cost effective or time effective. That's what I'm saying. Is there's not. You can already do a lot of cool stuff. They're already technically flying cars, but they're not cost effective, user friendly. They haven't made it to mainstream usability, and that's what I'm talking about for cleaning. And like when you can get a person or you can get a robot to do something cheaper than you can get a person to do it, and it doesn't make you lose massive amounts of productivity and stuff. I mean, look at like assembly lines and shit. Look how long it took they had robots and machines that could do that, but they were so expensive it had to get to a point where they were expensive and then they could be efficient enough that it could replace enough people that the savings over time would justify the expense of the machines on the assembly line.
Well, it's also the people in the shadows kind of dictating what is valuable and what the market needs. Like we've had the
You think George Soros is sitting back there like,
we've had the
let's
capability
make
to
Mexicans
make
more
water-powered cars
Yeah.
for like over 100 years. and they all got assassinated.
Yeah, was it Who Killed the Electric Car? Was that documentary that came out like 30 years ago about it?
I don't know, but they had like hydrogen powered cars and steam and water powered cars, like old, like 1900s. Same with a lot of like really advanced technology. So there's definitely manipulation going on because they want to sell oil. That was a big thing.
Well, it's like if you look at what they do with pharmaceuticals and food and all of that and how they want to keep us fat.
They create the product. They create the problem and then sell the product.
Yeah, and they don't create a perfect solution. They create a solution that you need forever.
Yeah, like light bulbs used to last longer than they do now.
Way longer.
There's some that are still working.
Yeah, I think they called that term planned obsolescence, where something has to be replaced intentionally.
Yeah, I mean, they proved the whole iPhone's getting slower right before another one comes out. There's a big lawsuit.
Yep.
I remember we all had a feeling, and then it got confirmed.
There's just like there's so much stuff like that where if you're willing to accept that they'll slow iPhones down to make us buy new iPhones, and you're willing to accept like the shrinkflation that they will make the packaging look bigger while putting less and less in it, and then they'll shrink that, and then they will change the colors and they'll use industrial psych to try and sell you specific things, and they won't ban specific stuff even though they have studies that say it's bad. Like if you can believe all of that with food and you can believe all of that with medicine, like why wouldn't you believe that with oil and money and everything else that's going on?
Yeah, it's all kind of everything's kind of doing the same thing.
Yeah, I try not to think about this stuff because it makes me sad. Because it's just like we're all so fucking powerless over anything in a big picture way. Everybody that wants to do something big picture gets sucked into the machine that is controlling all of the bigger stuff. Politicians are always corrupted. Every fucking do-gooder and person that gets put up. Mother Teresa was a terrible human being. I mean, it's just like...
And a clone of Fauci.
Gandhi
Have you seen that picture?
Was a child molester? No.
They look identical side to side.
I think it's because they're both really old.
Probably.
I think they're both just old as shit, and that's what old people look like.
Or she's a trans clone.
Also possible, and that's why she was evil. But there's like, just everything sucks, everything's bad, so like, might as well just find something that makes... Stand-up makes me happy, food makes me happy.
Yeah, dude.
The gym makes me happy.
Those are my three favorite things as well.
Stand-up, food, and gym?
Yep.
Pussy.
Why would you call me that?
Just, you are.
Or are you adding to the list?
I was adding to the list. Yeah. Yeah. It'd be crazy to call you a pussy. I was just, what?
You like the same things as me?
Pussy.
No, I don't like pussy.
No.
I like boobs.
I like bussy. I only like boy pussy.
What if... I don't want to go there.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. What if boys had pussies?
No.
That's my favorite joke.
If there was just a pair of boobs with a pussy in the middle.
They make them.
And there was nothing else. Just that.
They sell that.
You know?
It's made out of silicone. And it's called The Perfect Woman.
Really? Is that what it's called?
No, but that's what it should be called.
It really should be.
I remember like a cartoon, like a shitty cartoon I saw as a kid that was a pair of tits on top of like just legs with an ass and a pussy in the front right under the tits. And it said The Perfect Woman.
Wait, but you know how... Back to the thing about everything sucks and you have to join the machine.
Everybody sucks.
How, like, there's all those people online saying, like, escape the matrix and get out of the 9 to 5, and it's...
Do heroin.
The whole... No.
Oh.
The whole message from all these people online that are, like, entrepreneurs are don't be a slave to the machine. Mm-hmm. Escape the matrix. Start a bit... Don't do the 9 to 5. Start a business.
Work 24/7.
And then make a bunch of other people under you work 9 to 5s. So it's like you can never escape the matrix. You can only become it.
There's a political philosophy. I wish I could remember who it's attributed to, but oh no. It's that most people are not working to solve political problems. They're working so that they no longer apply to them. So it's really like, I don't want to fix homelessness. I just want to make sure I'm not homeless.
You know, that was a conversation I had with my communist ex-girlfriend. Mm-hmm. I was like, you want to take down the whole system. Mm-hmm. I want to make the system work for me. And I think we need both. I think it's important we have people that think that way.
That's what we're supposed to have. And that's what the two-party system is supposed to be ideally. And unfortunately what it's become is people that are all friends that are pretending to hate each other Essentially, like driving up the stakes of everything so that they have more power, more money, more control, more security. The problems don't apply to them. And they try to make sure their problems don't apply to their constituents. And they don't give a shit about anybody else. And then the bigger you get, the more constituents you have, and the less you care about them.
And the problems that they're avoiding get passed down to people beneath them.
Yeah, when you quit your job and you go and hire a bunch of new people, when you become a politician, you just get a bunch of interns to go and do the actual work for you. And then the interns that pawn that work off on other people.
Humanity is just a giant pyramid scheme.
It is.
Everything's pyramidal. That's why there's so few people that are actually good at whatever industry it's in.
Yeah, well, because you can either be good at the thing or you can be good at working your way to the top. And they're two separate skills. Like it's like in comedy. You see people that are really good comedians and people that are really good marketers.
Yeah, I guess.
And it's like you can choose one way to go to the top and one way goes quicker and one way goes longer. I mean, everything is everything. I think once you do mushrooms, you realize that. It's just everything is everything.
Yeah, I remember that one night when I took 7 grams of mushrooms and dressed up like a penguin on Halloween.
Yeah, it's a good time.
It was one of the best nights of my life.
Yeah.
And I was like super depressed that day.
Aw.
And I was like, I'm going to eat mushrooms until I have so much fun or kill myself. And I had the best night ever. And I was tripping to the point where I just saw everyone as like different valves of like the same singular entity. Mm-hmm. And I just started using you and me interchangeably. And
good.
And it made perfect sense at the time.
Yeah, I bet. Me, you. And people are probably looking at you like, what?
No, everyone was
that penguin's retarded.
Everyone was on just as much mushrooms as me, and it totally made sense.
So everyone was just like, the penguin's a genius. It would be awesome if you accidentally started a religion.
Oh, I'm trying to do it on purpose.
I know, but it's not working. So it would be awesome if you accidentally started. Yeah. You try to do the interdimensional temple, and then it just starts off the Church of Penguin.
All hail Penguin God.
Yeah, everyone's just bringing you a pebble. The pebble and the penguin.
And it's crack.
Yeah. Man, it's been long enough since I've smoked crack. I wonder if I really didn't like it. Because
time to try it again.
Everybody that I've told that I didn't like crack is like, you didn't do it right, and I'm like, no,
but
I did
it.
Yeah, all of them that did crack, and I've told that I didn't like it. They're like, you didn't do crack right.
Because I did heroin and I didn't like that.
Interesting. Tell me more.
Well, when I was in college, when I was like 18, a bunch of my friends were doing heroin, and I didn't know about it. They kind of hid it from me because I was not cool with that. Mm-hmm. But whatever. If you're doing shit on your own time, I don't really care. And I walked in and I saw like 6 of them all passing around foil smoking heroin. And I was like, you guys need to fucking stop doing this. You're going to die. And they're like, no, you don't understand. You don't get it. You know what it's like. And I'm like, you're right. I don't understand. Pass me that shit. I'm going to get addicted. And then I'm going to quit to show you that you guys are fucking pussies.
Yeah.
And then I did that. And I smoked heroin every day for like 10 days. And I didn't enjoy it at all.
Any of the times?
No. That whole week and a half sucked.
Weird.
Yeah.
Because everybody I know that's done heroin has loved it.
Yeah, well, not for me.
Interesting.
Not for me. I'm more of a everything else kind of guy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But there was also another guy that I stopped being friends with him in college because I heard he was doing heroin and then stealing people's Xbox controllers.
Ooh.
And then I was like, okay, if you're going to do drugs, that's fine. But if you're going to steal, that's not cool. Get away from me. So I cut him off. And then he was like, it's like, I didn't talk to him for like months. And then he hit me up and he's like, I cleaned up my act. I want to, like, we should hang out. And I was like, you know what? Sure, man. Come on over. And he comes over and he's like, can I use the bathroom real quick? And then I was like, sure. And then my nose started running. I went in there. I was like, I got to grab a tissue. And I open it and he's just in there smoking Roxy's. And I just started laughing hysterically.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, dude. And he's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, I don't care. Get out.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't. No, I think that like meth and opiates, when you get people that get full on addicted to them, no matter what they do, there's always a piece of them that left with that. Like there's just something that's gone in there.
Even if they go sober?
Yeah, as long as they've gone sober. Like I've met, meth addicts, but like within 5 minutes of talking to someone, even if they've been clean 20 years, I'm like, yeah, I used to do meth. Like you can see it in their face.
Yeah.
You can tell it in their mannerisms. It's just there's something.
Heroin people, I remember them always having really good skin.
Yeah, heroin people always look great for their age because they have no stress. They've been doing heroin.
Yeah. And it's natural.
Yeah, it is an opiate.
It's damn near natural.
Like I think heroin people recover better. Like I think after 10, 15 years off heroin and getting your life together, you can be like a real person again and you can get your shit together and be trustworthy and all that stuff. And like there are people that can be trustworthy again, but there is just always like that demon inside of those people that have been woken up to like the true pleasures of life. Meth and heroin are the two ends of the spectrum, the way down and the way up. And you're just blowing out your pleasure feelers at those two ends. So once you've done that, anything else is just drops in the bucket.
Yeah, meth people, you can usually see it in their face. They got kind of like a
right
Down
here.
syndrome-y, translucent, leathery skin, rough textured face.
Yeah, you stay up 3-4 days in a row several times. It takes a permanent toll.
Yeah, dude, you can't just give up on sleep like that.
No, and like I that level of psychosis, like it's like when you do enough acid or do enough mushrooms, like the feelings that you experience on those drugs stay with you even when you're off the drugs.
Oh yeah,
and the way that you perceive the world and perceive people and feelings and music and sound and tastes, and smells, all of that comes with you. Those meth feelings come with you too, like those scary fucking paranoia.
They're just like I don't need to rearrange my furniture.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Drugs are. Yeah,
And I also think being on Adderall as a kid kind of fucked up my ability to be happy.
Yeah, me too, for sure.
My parents put me on Adderall from like a young age.
Yeah, I think we should be able to do a class action against the Ritalin people for pushing that on children like that.
Yeah, dude, I know someone who just made like $1,500 joining a class action lawsuit for Juul.
Ooh, I Juuled.
He was like, yeah, I just do these all the time. I got $500 from something else, and he's just making money on joining class action lawsuits. I did it once for Big Milk, and I got like a $5 gift card.
Okay, and you used it to buy milk?
I was not able to claim it. There's an error linking it to my PayPal or something.
Oh, no.
I just gave up. I was like, it's $5, whatever. But $1,500, that's something.
That's money.
That is money.
So tell me about your Enron shirt. You're wearing an Enron shirt. A bad company that did evil things and went out of business.
Oh yeah,
They did do that.
I used to have an Enron shirt.
Yes.
I paid money for it.
I remember.
I was like, that's funny.
LOL.
I'm gonna wear
Enron,
it.
yes.
And then I saw on Instagram Enron started a new account, and they posted a reel, and they're like, hey guys, it's Enron. We're back. Can we talk? Mm-hmm. And I was like, what the fuck are you guys doing? And then they had something where like, submit if you want to be a partner or something or creator. I was like, sure. I filled it out, and they sent me a fucking Enron shirt that says, we're back. Can we talk? And some stickers and a letter saying big things are coming.
Ooh.
And I have no idea what's going on. I feel like they're probably going to do a crypto thing, and it's going to be a scam.
Yeah. Obviously, it's going to be a scam.
But I don't know what they're thinking.
Has anyone started like a Madoff coin? Like just like an obvious scam coin?
No, there has been a few different things called scam coin.
Yeah, but like a Bernie Madoff coin?
Not a Madoff one.
Yeah.
There probably has. I just didn't see it.
Can we make a Madoff coin? How hard is it?
It's really easy.
Didn't we make a Giggle currency at some point? Or did we just make a NFT?
No, we shouldn't make a coin.
No?
We will get in legal trouble.
Why? We could be like the Haktua girl.
Yeah, she's in legal trouble.
No, she's pretty.
What?
No, I have no idea. She's an idiot.
She's fucked.
Good.
Probably. I heard she's on the FBI's most wanted list.
That rules.
I don't know if that was a meme or if that was real, but I saw a few different accounts posted that usually post serious stuff. And
well, hey, if you get famous for talking about blowjobs, I don't really care if you go to jail for scamming people on crypto.
Yeah, but I'm
doesn't really
saying
bother
we
me.
shouldn't.
Well, we're not going to scam people. I just say we just start a crypto just to start a crypto.
Well, she didn't scam the people. The people who helped her set it up scam the people. But her promoting it, it makes her
Liable.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, that's why I said we set it up. We're not going to.
So if we set it up, let's say we set up a Giggle coin.
Yeah.
And let's say a bunch of people are about to buy it.
Yeah, good job,
There's
guys.
a bunch of like Indians or little kids that have like these programs called snipers where they can just buy up most of your supply as soon as it launches, and then they hold it all, and then other people buy it, and then they sell, and then it fucks the whole thing up. So other people would make a bunch of money off us, and then we would get in trouble. So it's like a lose-lose.
So we have to kill the Indians.
You
Wait,
know?
should we become snipers? Is
We
it a
could
lot
probably
of work?
figure that out.
How do we steal money from India? I want to take the scamming the other way. I want to call them and steal them for prepaid PayPal gift cards and such. Do not redeem!
We'd still go to jail.
Oh.
But we could probably do that with the Giggle coin.
Scam Indians?
Yeah, and also now that we've had this conversation, this is already premeditated, so there's no chance we could do that.
So what I've been doing to take back the power is that every time, so I get probably 5 to 10 a week messages from Indian social media accounts that are like, want to grow your brand? And they offer all these things. And so they'll offer all the prices, and then I'll be like, what will you do for free? And then they'll be like, I can't do any of this for free. I was like, yeah, because you're using bots. I don't want bots. I want organic, like genuine growth. And they'll say, no, sir, please, is not bots, is not bots. And then they'll argue with me. And I'll be like, prove it, show me. And they're like, just send $5 for this. And I was like, if you're not willing to invest $5 into this relationship, then I'm not willing to have this relationship with you. And then they'll do whatever the thing is for $5, and then I'll just block them. So
What's
there's
the
been
thing? Send me a picture of your balls.
show Bob's and Vagine. No, it's usually like putting views on a reel or putting views on a YouTube video or whatever. And then so they'll say,
They do it?
Yeah.
It worked?
Yeah, I've done it on a couple of things.
Huh. Did you see the AI video I made for the music video for Bob's and Vagine?
No.
It's funny. It's a guy. It's just Bob's and Vagine. Listen to Bob's and Vagine by Brody Lowballer on everything.
How did you? I saw a video of you with Riff Raff.
Oh, yeah.
How did that happen?
Get into that.
Yeah, that's why I asked. Get into
So
that.
the Indian guy, but I got an AI thing, Sora.ai. You can type in prompts and it makes these high quality videos. So I just had an Indian guy dancing in a call center wearing a gold chain while Bob's and Vagine is playing.
Okay.
And it's pretty cool.
All right.
Riff Raff, someone hit me up if I wanted to be in a Riff Raff music video from one of the videographers from the comedy scene. And I was like, I had a show booked that night in San Antonio, and I was like, man, what is a better idea?
Riff Raff music video.
Yeah. So we went out there. I was meeting at a rec center, and I pull up, and it's just like full of like hundreds of little girls playing volleyball, and I'm like, okay, this is weird. And then,
I don't like this.
And then I meet up with the videographer, and he's like, oh yeah, they're about done. They're going to clear out soon. So I'm there for like 10 minutes. I'm just like facing the wall. I'm like, there's no way.
How do I hide my erection?
To look at any of these people, any of these kids. So they all leave. It clears out entirely. And it's just a handful of us in there. Dean Stanfield was there.
There's an ice cream truck?
Yeah, they come through.
Pause. And we're back.
And then Riff Raff showed up, and everyone's kind of standing over here, you know, and then Riff Raff and the videographer over here, and then I just walk over to him like, what's the plan? And then he tells me like he's gonna be shooting balls, and it's gonna be like people are nagging him, and I'm gonna be the HOA manager. Mm-hmm. And they told me to bring a suit, and I brought some other shit in my closet too, and they used all of it. Dean's wearing my Versace robe. Riff Raff was like, oh shit, Versace robe. He loved it.
That's like, perfect.
Yeah. And then I was in a suit, and he was like, you're the HOA manager, and you got to tell me that I can't have red turf. It's against the policy.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you can't have this red turf. It's too bright. It's gonna wake up the neighbors.
Yeah.
And
did you make that up?
Yeah.
That's very funny.
Yeah, I ad-libbed that, and then he liked that a lot.
Yeah.
And then he was kind of just like, he was like, repeat after me. And he was just saying shit. And then I was just saying it back to him. He's like, the trash people are going to be mad. And I'm like, the trash people are going to be mad. He's like, can you believe that? Can you believe that? Even the trash people. Even the trash people. So I'm just repeating after him. And I was like dying laughing for a second. And then I reeled it back in. And I talked to him for a little bit. And he was like, oh, what's your name? You do comedy?
Yeah? He talks like that?
A little bit.
Does he ever talk like a normal person? Or does he always
No, that's how he talks.
I'm Riff Raff. I tell you, my main goal is to blow up and act like I don't know nobody.
Dude, people have been trying to get him to break character for years. That's literally who he is.
That's so cool.
And, yeah, he was like, oh, so you fight and do comedy? You ever, like, threaten people while you're on stage? And I'm like, yeah, sometimes. It actually works. And he's like, oh, that's so cool.
Did you tell him how badly you want to point a gun at the audience?
No. I also didn't tell him that I'm a rapper with 4 albums under a pseudonym that refers to him directly.
Yeah, that was the part that I was wondering if got brought up.
I figure that's more of like a third time meeting.
Yeah. So, by the way, I'm based on you.
Well, 'cause he was like a big inspiration growing up with like the freestyling stuff. Back when him and Dirt Nasty and Andy Milonakis did the 3 Loco, and they would just have these like low quality videos just on their MacBook, just rapping with each other, and that was that was a lot of my growing up, is just freestyling dumb shit.
Yeah, and then you became Riff Raff and became friends with Andy Milonakis.
The apple doesn't fall far from the birds in the hand.
Amen. Fuck.
But yeah, that was cool. I kind of forgot about it, and then I got tagged in it. I was like, oh shit.
Oh yeah, I met my hero.
Because, shit just happens so fast, and then...
Yeah, I asked you before this, like, anything been going on in your life? You're like, nah, nothing. Like, yeah, you've had some stuff. You've done things.
I forget, unless it's happened, like, yesterday.
Yeah, that's fair. Dude, I had a very fun moment at Roast Battle. I've been running Roast Battle Dallas, and so I went up there to do it, and one of the battles, these 2 guys were doing very well, and one of the guys in the battle was 5'9", and the guy that was roasting him kept referring to him as short. And 5'9" is not that short, but just him getting so upset that he kept getting called short was killing me. And then at one point, that guy said, and I don't know if he meant to say it into the microphone that loud, but he said very genuinely, I'm not that short. And it broke me. I laughed so hard. It broke me in half. I laughed for like a minute straight, just cackling. And then he was pissed. And he was like, is it really that funny that I don't think I'm that short? And I was like, yes, it is that funny that you don't think that. And then he goes, 5'9" is average height. And Zacho Ryan came up to judge. And so I was like, Zacho, go stand next to him. Zacho, get up there. And Zacho is 6'5". So Zacho stands up next to this guy and towers over him. And I go, Zacho's 5'11". So I don't know what you mean you're 5'9", dude. You're like 5'3". And then that guy goes, he's Wembanyama. That's Wembanyama. And just starts screaming and calling Zacho Wembanyama. He's like a 7'8" basketball player. But so he just starts calling Zacho Wembanyama and screaming, that's Wembanyama. And it may have been my favorite roast battle moment of all time. It really made my life.
Where do you guys do it at?
Dallas Comedy Club, second Thursday of every month. I'll have you come up and do one. That'll be fun.
Yeah. I want to do a roast battle again. That last one, I felt like I finally got my groove.
Yeah, you're starting to find your stage presence for battles.
Yeah.
Because it's not the same as your stage presence for comedy. And you get like nervous about it when you're doing roast battles, and your nervous energy is so interesting because it just doesn't fit you at all. Like you're not ever a nervous guy, so when you're being nervous, everyone's like, what the fuck?
I look angry too.
Yeah, you do look very angry. You pace and you ball your fists, and then you're just up there like, God, I hope they don't control the weather.
Yeah, I feel like the energy you need to bring to the roast battle is like halfway between stand-up and halfway between podcast.
I think the energy you need to bring to a roast battle is the energy you bring to like a playground in 6th grade.
Yeah.
Like you need to be willing to take jokes about you and take them in stride and work with them, but also like willing to just go for the throat. Hello, Mudlow.
Hey, Pablo. Sit down. Sit. Yeah, but the biggest change I made on the last roast battle was I was just riffing more.
Yeah.
Because previously it was like, don't say anything, do your jokes, that's it, get out of there.
Yeah, and that doesn't work.
It was working a little bit, and then, yeah, it gets me too stiff and like in my head. And then I just started to like be more conversational, and then I was just responding to like everything, and it gave a lot more of like a fun vibe, and I think everyone was more comfortable about it.
It does. I think like
because there's times where I've been up there, I look at the video, I'm like, oh, I look like I'm thinking about murdering everyone.
Sometimes it looks like you're thinking about murdering everyone, and then sometimes it just looks like you're dumbfounded by the joke that they just said. Like, every now and then, like, they'll say a joke, and you go... And it's like... What?
I'm not. What I'm thinking is, fuck, what is my next line?
Yeah. Yeah.
How do I say this right?
Yeah. Oh, I know that. But they don't know that.
Yeah. But I think I picked up something that is going to stick with me, and I'm going to do better from now on.
Oh, the other thing I did while I was in Dallas, I did Alex Stein's Prime Time with Alex Stein.
Oh, yeah. How was
Pimp
that?
on a Blimp. It was very cool. So the other guests were a shaman and an aerialist / painter / fire dancer. And it was very interesting because Alex picked up very quickly that she didn't like talking about like anything progressive, and that she was like very much in the arts. And so like when he was talking about gay stuff, she was like, well, I don't want to talk about this. And he's like, no, we love the gays. And so it was very funny to watch him.
He was like, well, that's unfortunate because it's my podcast.
Yeah, it was very fun to watch him pick up on that and then make her uncomfortable, and then, or like not wanting to get canceled. And it's like, no one's going to not hire the fire spinner because she went on Alex Stein's podcast and made a gay joke, right? Like no one
Alex Stein's
hiring
awesome.
No one hiring fire spinners is watching Alex Stein. Like he's awesome. Yeah.
Is his studio that cool looking in person?
Dude, it's awesome. So the Blaze Studios that Glenn Beck owns that it's in it used to be the Paramount Studios, which is so fucking cool. It's where they filmed RoboCop. So they have like old RoboCop stuff there. They have
Is that close to your Dallas Comedy Club?
Not too far. I don't want to say where it is, but it's in the DFW area. And they have a giant like lifeboat that was one of the boats from the actual Titanic movie. They have a lunar capsule from one of the Apollo 11, 13. I don't know. I didn't see it. But the coolest thing was they had the Tree of Life from Barney. Like the big tree from like the Barney set. Yeah. Pretty cool.
Oh, man, I used to love Barney.
Yeah, and then Alex's studios were super fucking nice. Jimmy, his producers, the man, the sound guy, the camera guy, they were all super fucking awesome. It was like really fun.
I loved Barney until my uncle was like, Barney's stupid. And then I was like, oh.
Yeah, I still love Barney. Cold Burr. I wish
you know Elmo's black?
What?
Elmo's black.
No, Elmo's red.
He's been voiced by a black guy.
Yeah, that's fine. Elmo's red. Woman. I don't care about the voice actor.
Whoever the voice is what they are.
Okay, then Bart's a girl. What are you fucking talking about?
And
Bobby Hill's a girl.
And Darth Vader's black.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But they took off his mask and he was very clearly not black. So, wrong.
No, he was just...
Darth Vader's white, Bart's a boy, Elmo's red.
And Alex Stein has a great podcast studio.
Yeah.
How big is it?
Pretty large.
It looks fucking... It's probably the coolest podcast studio of anyone I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's the first one I've been to that was like noticeably nicer than like even Drinkin' Bros. And Drinkin' Bros has a nice studio.
Yeah.
Like Drinkin' Bros, like when we would take people there, when I had Wes and Chris come on as guests on the show, they were shocked by how nice it was. And they've done TV production and everything. So like that's how nice Drinkin' Bros was. And like the Blaze one was even nicer. It was very cool.
Oh, I did Wes's comedy show.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Not good.
Yeah, I saw. I asked to be nice. Buddy, that was a rough one.
I had fun. And then, dude, after I was telling someone how I bombed. Wait, let me go through this whole night, actually.
Yeah, please.
I got on Wes's comedy show.
Wes's Magic Hole.
Wes is great.
He's
the
best.
Fucking man. He's a Canadian magician, comedian. I met him with Chris Ramsey, another awesome Canadian comedian. I mean, magician comedian.
Yep.
And
but also Canadian.
Wes came up to me and he was like, dude, you're fucking hilarious. But also, I don't want to be seen liking your posts, which is my favorite compliment.
Yeah.
Like, people liking my posts, that's cool. But people coming up to me and telling me they like it so much, but they can't be seen liking it, I get that a lot.
I bet.
From a lot of people.
Yeah, good.
So he's like, yeah, come on, do my show. And I was at Roscoe's, and the crowd was light. It was kind of lame. I followed Christina Mariani, who usually crushes, and she was like, that was fucking rough. So nobody did good. So I don't really feel bad about doing bad. But my plan was I was going to come out and be like, let's play a game. Who wants to get doxxed? I need a volunteer. Someone give me your phone number. And I type it in, and I'm like, you live at 123 Main Street. And they'll be like, oh my God.
Pablo Escobar? Is that you?
That's such an inside joke.
A completely inside joke.
That was the name on the label when he got arrested.
Yeah.
I had a medicine in his car.
I had Pablo's pills in my car, and they thought that I had real drugs, and I was getting handled like I was sneaking in pills from Mexico, and there's just a bottle that says Pablo Escobar.
And you had to show the cop his Instagram?
Yeah, it was the only time I've ever been glad a dog had an Instagram. I was like, I'm in handcuffs in the backseat of a car, like telling him to like unlock my phone. I'm like, all right, go on Instagram, type in Pablo So Friend. You know how embarrassing it is to be in handcuffs telling a cop, type in Pablo So Friend. And then Pablo Escobar shows up, and it's a picture of a pit bull, and he's like, oh, so you're, it's a drug dog? And I'm like, no, he's sick. He's a pit bull. I'll take the pills right now. Don't charge me for those.
Anyways, she's like, yeah, that's not my address anymore. That's an old one. And I was like, hey, give it up for me. And then everyone clapped. And then I tried another magic trick, and I guess my hand was covering it.
Completely.
It didn't even make sense.
And you did
I did it the wrong way.
And you did a funny, weird, like, trans joke about it.
Yeah, so it was a queen, and then you stick it into this thing, and then you can pull the middle out, so the middle of the queen card disappears. So I was like, oh, she's trans. She got her tits removed. And everyone was like, that sounds like it would be funny if we knew what the hell you were talking about.
No, it's made for close-up magic where you can see it within a foot, and all these people are like at least 5 feet away from you and low down because you're standing up on a stage. And so you're up there like covering it with your hands like, oh, they took her tits off. And everyone's like, yeah.
So the plan was, I got this thing that connects to my wrist. It's like a strap on the wrist, and you can load it up with this special paper, and then there's a Bluetooth remote, and you can press it, and a fireball shoots out. So I was going to be like, you just got doxxed. And everyone was going to be like, whoa, fire. It was going to be sick. They ship the paper wet so it doesn't burn during shipping for safety reasons. Mm-hmm. So I opened that the day of, and I'm like, oh, I need to wait 24 hours for this to dry so I cannot do the flamethrower.
Damn.
So that's when I was like, all right, Wes,
you should have brought your big flamethrower. You just got doxxed.
You want a magic trick? Your hair's gone. So Wes had like
magic
a box.
You're ugly now.
Wes had like a box of tricks, and then he was like, this one. I'm like, that one looks the easiest. I definitely won't fuck that up. And then, then I did. And then I just spent the rest of the set telling everyone to commit suicide. Yeah. Which was really fun for me.
I could tell you were having a good time. I was laughing.
Yeah, that's what matters.
Yeah, I was laughing very hard. Maybe not for the right reasons, but I really was enjoying it.
A laugh's a laugh. And then I went over to Creek in the Cave. Mm-hmm. I had 2 shows, both at 8 p.m. Love when that happens.
Yeah.
Love when there's no shows for a week and then both of them at the same time.
Yeah.
But I did the Allison show, Litty Titty, where they can like raise a light and then they gong you and kick you off if people don't like you. And
so you're like, oh, good, I'm going to go get gonged at my other show.
I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to pretend to be German the whole time.
Oh.
I don't know why. I was joking about it with Jessica in the green room. And then she's like, do it. Why not? And I'm like, I guess that's a good point. Why not? And then I just started thinking like how German accents go. I was like, oh, hello, everyone. I'm from Germany. It's so nice to be here in Austin. And then I was just talking to myself, pacing around the green room doing that. And I was laughing hysterically by myself. And then
you looked insane.
Yeah. And then they called me up and I went up and I just did my whole set as a German visitor.
Fun.
And like at first, 80%
you look like you could be like a guy that's on holiday from somewhere weird.
80% of the room was like, oh, he's German.
Yeah.
And then 20% of the room knew who I was. And they were like, that's not true. And those people were laughing the hardest.
Yeah.
And then as it went on, it went about like 50-50, where like half of them were like, okay, that's a fake accent. And the other half were like, okay, I'm pretty sure he's German.
This German guy is pretty funny. Yeah.
I was like, I'm German. I love Kanye West. And it crushed.
Incredible.
And then I was laughing so hard because I'm like, I can't break character now.
Yeah.
And then I should have been like at the end, like, this is not actually how I talk, but I'm stuck speaking like this. But I didn't. I just did the whole thing as a fake German.
Yeah.
And then my closer smashed, and then I got off.
Yeah.
And everyone loved it. And then Allison was like, guys, by the way, he's not actually German.
Yeah.
And then half the room was like, what? And then the other half was like, yeah, I knew it.
Yeah.
And then I was talking about how I bombed on the show before. And then one of the other guys who was on the show, he came up and he's like, well, they loved you over there. And then she's like, I thought you said you bombed. And I was like, I don't even know anymore.
Yeah. Well, they didn't.
I don't know. I think I believe him over you. He's a cool black guy.
Well, yeah.
Bird in the hand.
God damn it. I still think you're right.
You think I'm right.
No.
You admitted it. It's in the clip.
Oh, my God. That's no. No.
I have the evidence. I have the tapes. Dude, we should get Casey over here.
Yeah. I haven't seen him in a minute. He's a good guy. He's touring right now. I think he's in Cincinnati. Because I just saw he posted about eating Skyline chili. Cincinnati is a very nice city. Cincinnati's actually gorgeous.
You're the first person I've heard say that.
It's a beautiful fucking city. The 2 or 3 times that I've driven through it, I've been struck by its beauty because you come around this corner on this big highway, and then there's like a river.
That was a crowbar.
Oh, damn it! But there's a big river, and there's all these nice bridges, and then like the city is built into like this hill, and there's like rock faces and stuff. Very nice.
Isn't that where the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is?
That is in Cleveland. I've been there.
I remember my dad went there when I was a little kid, and I was like, whoa. My dad went to a place far away.
My dad went to Cleveland?
He brought me a keychain that said Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I was like, oh,
that's so cool.
A foreign land.
You didn't think about what guys he was banging there or anything?
No, I was real young.
Yeah, so you didn't know yet.
All of my memories of my childhood are from like 4 to 8, and then it just cuts off.
Yeah. Depression.
It
trauma.
Cuts off from like...
You think you got molested a bunch or something?
I've thought about that a lot, and no, I don't.
No?
I think I was such a fucking bad... Well, I wasn't a bad kid. I was such like a troublesome kid that I don't think anybody wanted to molest me.
Yeah, I think like what saved me from getting molested is I was such a loudmouth. It's like there's no way I wasn't going to tell all the other kids.
Yeah, you want to prey on the...
Father Andrews has a small dick, you know? I didn't even choke.
You want to prey on the weak, timid, quiet ones, I think.
Yeah, the ones with trouble at home.
Well...
Absentee parents.
Yes, definitely that.
Yeah.
You know, not a kid whose dad picks him up from school.
No.
You don't want to mess with the dad.
No.
Or like a crack whore mom.
Yeah, I had to have been like just like forbidden fruit for them because I got picked up by my mom. Both my parents are working 60 hours a week. I play football. I'm a troubled kid. I'm always in trouble.
It's like when a girl's super hot, but she's kind of a bitch, and you're like, God damn it.
Fuck, why can't you just be cool?
That's how they think about you.
Yeah, they would look at me like, why can't you just be cool, man? If you just shut up, I'd fuck you.
I did tell my parents that I got molested as a joke.
Oh.
Before I knew what getting molested was.
That's cool.
Because back when I was a kid, my parents were trying to figure out what was wrong with me. And they took me to all these doctors, and they're like, yeah, I mean, he's got ADHD, but other than that, I mean, he just seems like kind of a weird kid. I don't know. Yeah. We can't really diagnose him.
It's just a weird one. Yeah.
And so I guess they were like, did anyone ever like touch him at school or something? And they're like, well, I don't know. Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
And so my parents like sat me down. And they're like, did anyone ever touch you at school? And I was like, what? And they're like, has there ever been a time at school where any of the adults or any of the kids, anyone else like came and touched you? And I was like, what are you guys talking about? And then I realized what they meant. And I was like, oh, actually, there was this one time Jose, the janitor, took me behind the dumpster and touched me. And they were like, what? And they started freaking out. And I started laughing so hard. I was like, I'm just kidding.
That's awesome.
I was like 7, dude.
Dude, that rules. That's so funny. Good for you. You pulled a fake rape story as a child. You were doing girl comedy as a 7-year-old. That's so impressive. Oh, man. Yeah, I think I was just a bad kid. I have like yeah, I think I've talked about all of the memories of me getting in trouble as a young kid. I threw a rock over the playground to show how far I could throw it and hit a girl in the head that I had a crush on.
Ooh.
That was pretty bad.
I had a girl put a tampon in my hood. Not a used one or anything. It was just it was in a package. It was clean.
Yeah.
So and I'm like, ugh. I take it out of my hood. I'm like, ugh. And I throw it, and it hits the security guard of the school in the face.
Awesome.
And then I got in so much trouble.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wasn't even at fault, really.
I got in a lot of trouble for throwing wet paper towel balls at the ceiling. They'd stick, and that was cool. It was very fun to like throw just a wet paper towel ball as hard as you could at the wall, and it would stick to it. And they'd dry up and stay stuck there. That was pretty cool.
I did that with my feces.
Oh, that's much worse. Significantly worse in every way.
No, but we had a kid who did that. He had Down syndrome.
Oh, well, that's fine.
That's the move. When you have retard, you do the poop on the wall.
Yeah, dude. If you've got mental health issues, poop on the wall is number one move. I don't know what it is, but something about the bonkers brain.
It's the least harmful.
Poop on the wall.
It's the least harmful and most effective way to leave your mark on this world with zero resources.
Yeah, I think it is the craziest thing you can do with zero resources.
If you do it with spit or snot or tears or pee, clear. Not going to leave a mark.
Shit leaves a mark.
Yeah, blood, that's going to hurt you.
Yeah.
That's a little too crazy.
Uh-huh.
Poop, no one gets hurt except for everyone that has to go to that location.
Wow. You solved it. Look at that. We thought through it.
I thought about this a lot.
I don't like that.
Well, because I've been doing this joke that never works, but I'd still do it because I love it. How when you see the brown streak in front of like a 7-Eleven, and you're like, oh, a homeless guy just smeared his shit. You've seen that, I'm sure, around town. Well, then you haven't been looking for it. There is all over town, in dirty places, homeless people will just spread their shit on the wall. It's not super common, but it is definitely around Austin all the time.
Where? I feel like I go to 7-Elevens pretty frequently.
Well, you're going to the right ones then.
Yeah.
But 7-Eleven's a big one. And I guess this isn't going to make sense if you haven't seen it, but...
Yeah, this might be where the joke's falling apart.
Yeah.
No one knows about the brown streaks. All right, so when you see a brown streak in front of 7-Eleven, homeless guy smears shit on the wall, and...
I just imagine that's like gang tags, and there's just like a homeless group of Brown Street gang members, and they're like, hey, Brown Street, motherfucker, you know what time it is? And they just got like shit, because like Bloods will tag in red, and then they'll wear red.
Yeah.
And so
there's a group in brown.
Yeah, and they're just covered in shit.
Yeah.
That's funny to me.
It's maybe a good sketch.
Because
what you are laughing at is the visual picture you've painted in your head, and then you're trying to use words to paint that picture.
Well, that's what comedy is.
Yeah. But sometimes your words are not effective enough to convey the visual in a concise enough way that the joke is not... It needs to be funnier than it is grotesque. And for you to describe the poop that much...
Well, I think visually displaying people smearing poop would be much grosser and less palatable.
Yeah, I think you got to be creative with that too.
I gotta spice it up a little bit.
Spicy poops. Make the homeless eat Indian.
I said that on stage in Canada, and I was like, you know about the brown streak? And then they're like, no, this is Canada. Someone yelled it out. And I was like, I've seen your Indian, sir. And then that crushed.
Nice. Very cool. Canada.
You know Panama by Van Halen?
I do. Panama!
Yeah.
I like Van Halen.
We gotta wrap this up.
Okay. Well, the only other things that I wanted to talk about are all my amazing upcoming shows. Please come see me February 20th at Herb, the Consumption Lounge in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We will be smoking weed and doing comedy at the same damn time. You can legally smoke weed inside with me. If you're in Albuquerque, you know someone in Albuquerque, you even know that the city of Albuquerque exists. If you are there and you have survived what apparently looks like a Palestinian bombing, please come out to the show. February 22nd, Bend, Oregon. I'll be with Galen Nash. There's a special surprise guest coming to that show that legally I'm not allowed to announce. But if you missed that show and you're in Bend, Oregon, you're going to want to end Hero immediately after. It's going to be unbelievable. 24th, I'm at the Golden Bear in Sacramento at 8 p.m. The 25th and 26th, I'm in Orange County somewhere. Go follow my Instagram for those dates. And then the 27th, I'm back here in beautiful Austin, Texas. And then keep your eyes peeled. I'm going to be in Mobile, Alabama on April 11th. I'm going to be in Golden, Colorado on May 16th and 17th. And I'm going to be headlining the Lunchbox Comedy Festival in Biloxi, Mississippi at the end of May on the 29th. And I'll be in Hammond, Louisiana the night before. So I'm going to be all over this beautiful country. I'm going to be in Oklahoma at the end of March with the Dope City guys. So make sure you're following my Instagram so that you can come see a live show because that's where I'm funniest. What do you got coming up?
Whatever you do, do not go to Mike's shows. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to be in Scotland in 6 months. I don't know.
All right. We're putting clips out. Please go share the clips. And
follow Giggleboys podcast on Instagram.
Yeah,
and Giggleboys on TikTok, too.
We have TikTok. You can have TikTok again. It's back on the App Store. Everything's back. It's legal. All right, we did it. We recorded a podcast. Guys, thank you so much for watching and listening. I've been Mike Eaton. That's Eli Halpern. Thanks. Goodbye.